What's up, MS Gym? How are you guys doing? Welcome to Motivation Monday. For those of you who have never seen me without a hat, here's what I look like. No special occasion, I just didn't feel like wearing one today, and I got my hair cut this weekend, and I don't feel like a scrub anymore. So there you go. Welcome to Motivation Monday, you guys. Today's a pretty cool day. Like, I'm super excited today because today is Misty's and my 7th year wedding anniversary, or 7th wedding anniversary, which is pretty cool. Like, 7's one of my favorite numbers. There's a lot of significance to the number 7 in my world, and I couldn't feel more blessed than to be married to such an amazing woman. We have gone through a lot in our 7 years. Lots of ups, but some pretty significant downs. Literally within 3 weeks of Misty and I starting dating each other, which was 8 years ago tomorrow, excuse me, my dad died. And so literally, like, Misty's and my entire relationship has been built on, I don't want to say conflict because it's not between us, just stuff, circumstances, catastrophes, to be real honest with you. And the thing is that with Misty and I, one thing, like, there's so many things that I value about her. There's so many things that I value about us. But we have gone through a lot. We have gone through, you name it. The things that can take a marriage out have been thrown in our path, to be honest. Like, you name it, it's been there. We've had periods where we struggled financially. We've had periods where we were dealing with death of a family. We have had periods where we're dealing with our own health. We've had seasons of feeling really disconnected from each other, and feeling like physically, emotionally, spiritually, like we just weren't there. We've had kids that have had health issues. We have had just the stress and strain of being entrepreneurs, the unpredictability of security. Because I am an entrepreneur and so is Misty. Like, we can't function in a corporate environment. Like, it's just not how we're built. But with that comes a lot of uncertainty. With that comes some periods where you don't know where your next meal's coming from. You don't know if you're going to be able to pay for your kids' Christmas presents. You don't know if you're actually going to meet rent this month. Like, we've been there. We've gone through a lot. And I just... when I was thinking about our marriage today, and you guys concurrently, because obviously it's Monday and it's Motivation Monday, I thought of one word. And the word is one of my favorite words on this planet. Because, that just hit me. Because my dad, it's one of the first words my dad, this one word really gave me, the concept of significance behind language. And I know that sounds really in depth for this being said to a 7th grader. But as you guys know, and I've shared before, is that there was one day that really changed my life, is the day that I literally got jumped by 3 9th graders when I was in 7th grade. I was kind of a bigger kid. I was an offensive lineman as a kid, and I got beat up for being fat. Every single thing that could be said to a fat kid or done to a fat kid physically and emotionally was done to me. Spiritually was done to me. And it wasn't good. And like the day that I came home, if you guys want to hear more about this, I did a whole Motivation Monday called A Decided Heart. But I came home from getting jumped by these kids, and my dad basically saw me, and I was all bloodied, and I had snow all over me, and I was wet, and just my glasses were broken and all kinds of stuff. And I remember my dad asked me, well, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I don't want to be weak again. I don't want to let anybody get to me again. I don't want to ever be in that position again, Dad. And I was in 7th grade, so I was 13. And my dad looked at me and he's like, well, son, here's the word. That's going to take some courage. And I'm like, well, what does courage mean? Does it mean being brave? Does it mean being macho? Does it mean being like Braveheart or Maximus out of Gladiator? Does it mean being a soldier? What does that mean, Dad? And I remember he looked at me and he's like, my dad, you know it, and my dad said this to me, you know I didn't get along with your grandpa well. He was a raging alcoholic, He was a jerk to my grandmother. Like, he just wasn't a good man. But the one thing, this is what my dad said to me, the one thing, Trevor, that I learned from my dad was this word courage, because he was a soldier. And he told me, and I'm going to tell you now, like, courage is stepping forward in the face of fear, in the face of pain, in the face of disappointment, in the face of heartbreak, in the face of loss, to keep going on a path toward the man that you are supposed to become. So if you don't want to let these guys get to you again, you got to have courage, man. You're going to have to walk back into school on Monday knowing that you're going to see those guys again, being afraid, but knowing in your heart that something's different. Knowing that you made the decision to be different. Knowing that you made the decision to be strong. Knowing that you made the decision that they're not going to get you again. And I have to say, like, based on that word, Misty and I have a courageous marriage. Misty and I have a courageous marriage. And the reason why I feel that Misty and I have a courageous marriage is that we both have gone through periods where we have needed to have courage as individuals. And then because we are two courageous individuals that have come together, we can now be courageous together through some of the hardest stuff that a human being has gone through in a very short, condensed, concentrated period of time, which is 8 years. So literally, think about everything that could tear apart a marriage, and we've gone through it. I don't want to say everything. A lot of things. I don't want to say everything. I don't want to put that out there. Because then next thing you know, it's like, oh, really? No, like a lot of things. A lot of the big rocks that take marriages down, that's happened. We've gone through it. And so I love you, Mist. Happy anniversary, my sweet bride. You're my best friend. You're my partner. You're everything to me. Like, I couldn't feel more blessed. Thank you for being proof that God loves me. Thank you for showing me what a true miracle is. And thank you for just standing beside me through all this stuff. Like, you are my partner in everything that I do. And I love you. So when I think of the word courageous, and I think of you guys, that's what you guys are. Whether you feel like you're courageous, which is very, very often partnered with the words strong and brave, resilient, perseverant, noble, gallant, whatever you want to think about. Whether you want to tie it to the word warrior, you think a courageous warrior. And some of you may not like that analogy. Some of you have been like, I don't want to be in war. I'm tired. Like, I don't feel like a warrior. Stop telling me I'm a warrior. Like, I don't feel like a warrior. But you are. You're courageous. And sometimes courage doesn't mean that you carry a gun or hoist a sword or that you can attack someone physically. Sometimes courage comes from your mind. Sometimes courage comes from your spirit. Sometimes courage comes from your heart. And I have said this to you guys so many times, like, I don't want to cry. I just got started. Like, you guys are my heroes. And in order for a hero, for me to call someone a hero, they have to be courageous. They have to be strong. They have to be brave. There has to be something inside of them that carries them forth past adversity and challenge and just attack. And they do it with a smile. They do it with dignity. They do it with their head held high and like, you know what, I may not be the best version of myself today, but damn it, I'm going to keep trying. That's why you're my hero. Because here's the thing, you guys. It takes courage to get up every day with MS. It takes courage, bravery, and strength to walk out into the world. Not looking, not functioning, not being like a quote-unquote normal person. In fact, one of your superstars in the MS gym was having a massive threat bucket attack this past week because she was about to go travel. She was about to go overseas to see some family. And she was terrified and panicking because she had to go through an airport. and she felt bad because she was having these feelings, but she literally was having these feelings of like, okay, like, what if I need a walker? Am I going to be able to walk on my trekking poles? What are people going to think of me? Are they going to look at me? Am I going to be that disabled person? Am I going to look like I can't walk? Am I going to look like I can't make it? So she was worried about what other people's perceptions of her were going to be. I had another MS gymmer last week. Oh, wait, but she went anyway. Well, obviously she went. She didn't use her walker. She used her canes. Her trekking poles. She walked tall. She BGB'd her butt through the airport. And she got to the end and posted back up and be like, I don't even know what I was worried about. But I'm glad that I was afraid. And I proved to myself that even in fear, I could go do this. And I made it. I had another woman last week write into me. And she said, excuse me. She said, she's like, I just need to thank you. Because for the first time in my life, I've had MS for 27 years. For the first time in my life, I actually believe in myself again. I like myself again. I'm proud of myself again. I've had my husband leave. I've had my kids and my extended family shame me for being disabled. Ask me why I'm not getting better faster. Ask me why I'm not doing what I need to do to get better. Ask me why, I'm not trying harder. I've also had medical practitioners just literally look at me and be like, I don't know why you're even trying because you're just not going to get better. MS has no cure. You can't change your body. You can't get stronger. So you might as well prepare for assisted living because you're alone anyway. That gets harder and harder as you get older and older, and you have MS. So it's probably the safest route for you. And she's like, I just need to thank you because of the Motivation Mondays, because of the Members Corner, I didn't give up on myself. And you've given me the opportunity to literally believe in myself again. And I'm exercising daily. And I'm trying to change my mindset. And I'm reading good stuff. And I'm listening to good stuff. And I have talks with myself. And I pray more often. And I read better things. And I tell myself that I'm okay. And I literally see my journey as one of it's me against me. It's me against all these other things that are in my life to prove to myself that the person that I know that I truly am, the person that I knew that I was back in high school that got so pushed aside that now at 57 years old, I can step back in and I can become that person again. And she's like, thank you, Coach T, for providing me the roadmap and the opportunity for me to step back into the person who I've always known I was supposed to be, but was always told that that person wasn't good enough. And I'm like, man, talk about courage. So I need to expand your guys' mind for a sec that courage doesn't always mean physical brunt, physical strength. Yes, that's part of it. But I believe that the worst part of MS is not the physical restrictions. I believe that the worst part of MS is the slow, patient erosion of your mind, your emotions, your self-worth, your identity, the perception of who you are, the truth of who you are is slowly eroded by the fact that you feel like you're in a prison in your body and you have no strength, influence, or control over getting out of that. And then you have all these people that are supposed to help you, be with you, and love you leave, reject you, or tell you that you are less than, that you are not worthy of investing time in, effort in, and or patience in to help get back on the road toward recovery and toward your self-actualizing purpose of who you're supposed to become in this life. That is the absolute assault, punishment, and viciousness of MS, is that it is patient, it is slow, it is calculating, it is unpredictable, And it is unfair because no MS is the same. So you guys are courageous. You are courageous. You are strong. And you are brave because you haven't given up. Because you're stronger than what the world is telling you that you are. You are stronger in here, whether you feel like it or not today, because you haven't given up. If you are still fighting, if you are even trying to move your hand today, move your neck today, pick up your foot today, sit there and tell yourself that you're okay today, that you're going to be okay today, that you are not MS, that you are you. You are courageous, because that takes a lot. And I'm telling you what, you guys, like there are people walking around on this planet with fully able, fully functional bodies that don't have a 1% of the courage that you have. Because if they got something like you had, if they got a diagnosis of MS, if their body started falling apart, if they lost their family, their fitness, their finances, their faith, their identity, they would crumble into a ball of nothing. But you haven't. That's why you're an MS Gymmer. And that's why you're one of my heroes. So here's the thing, you guys, is that when you think about courage, it can't be taught. It can't be learned. You can't go read a book on courage. You can't go research it and figure it out. You can't Google courage and figure out how to get it. It has to come from inside of you. You have to love yourself more than all of the lies, all of the deception, all of the rejection, all of the fear, all of the anxiety, and all of the worry that surrounds your diagnosis and surrounds you as a human being on this planet, because we are in a dark world. Yes, there are a lot of good people. Yes, there are a lot of good things. Yes, at the end of the day, I feel like most people are good. But that's not what we're surrounded with. That's not what we're inundated with. But that's why the MS Gym exists. You are in a community of positivity, light, encouragement, support, power, and love. You are getting up every day and you are trying. You are getting up every day and you are doing. So that courage needs to come from inside of you. That bravery and strength in the face of fear of what your future may become, that is courage. But I got to tell you, courage can be severely diminished and almost crushed by fear and worry and anxiety. So I need to free you of something right now. I need to free you of tomorrow. I need to free you of next week. And I'm not saying I'm just saying I want to encourage you, okay? I can't do anything, right? I want to encourage you to free yourself, there you go, of the worry of tomorrow. I want to encourage you to free yourself of the worry of next week, next year, next 5 years, next 10 years, because real honestly, like, you can't do anything about it. The only thing you can do is be courageous today. Because tomorrow is going to have its own stuff. Next week, own stuff. Next year, own stuff. And if you are constantly focused on, well, I've got to get better by next month because I have this. What if I can't make it to that graduation in 6 months? What if I can't make it to that wedding? What if I have to cancel my dream trip with my husband? What if my husband leaves me, my wife leaves me? What if my kids don't want to hang out with me anymore because I have MS? What if the doctor's right and a year from now I'm just going to end up in a wheelchair? What if in 10 years at the age of 48 I'm going to be in assisted living? What if I don't get to see my daughter get married? What if I don't get to meet my grandchildren? What if I don't get to actually go do anything with my family because my body falls apart? The what ifs are straight up fear in action. The what ifs are the poison to your courageous heart. The what ifs are the thing that are going to take this awesome brain of yours that can heal your body, that can reroute itself, that can counteract MS, that can learn new ways to help you move again, get up again, balance again, be strong again, stand up, get out of a wheelchair, hike a mountain, run a marathon, or just live your life, will be poisoned, will be depressed, will be discouraged, and will become fearful. And when you are constantly in a state of looking at the future and not focusing on today, what happens is that you become comfortable in your misery. You become comfortable in your disability. You become comfortable in your reality. You become comfortable in that diagnosis. And stepping outside of that diagnosis to seek out something new, to seek out something different, to seek out something that goes against every single lie that's been built into your brain. That's called a belief system. It puts you in a crisis of belief. And for me to sit here on camera and tell you that movement actually inhibits threat, and if you inhibit threat, that counteracts MS, or it counteracts neurological output, which manifests itself in MS symptoms, you're like, how's that even possible? How do my doctors not know that? How do my PTs not know that? How does this MS community not know this? How is it that nobody's known this? I've had MS for 15 years and no one's told me this. I don't know. All I know is that you're here today, and today is the day that you need to capitalize on. Be courageous today. Do the best you can today. If all you get to today is like rubbing on your neck and then moving your neck so maybe you sit up taller, that's awesome. Do it with courage. Go to bed feeling happy that you got that done, because you could have chosen not to do it. And then tomorrow, when you wake up, you be courageous again. And you focus on maybe that neck exercise, and that felt good. So maybe you start working on your forearm and you start releasing your wrist. And that felt good. And you go to bed knowing that you worked on your neck and your forearm today. And then you get up the next day and you do it again, and you be courageous again. And you build and you build and you build, brick by brick, day by day, rep by rep, workout by workout. Facebook post by Facebook post, email by email, whatever. Be courageous today and forget about tomorrow. Because a diagnosis and a prognosis that you guys are delivered by the medical community, all that does is set you up for fear, anxiety, discouragement, despair, and destruction. Do not listen to that anymore. Listen to yourself. When I tell you, listen to this. How does this make you feel when I say this? Your brain has the innate capability within itself to heal your body. Because your body was made to be balanced. Your body was made to function. Your brain once moved well. It still knows how to move well. But MS has just given it a little case of amnesia. And you and I together have a roadmap that I can lead you upon. You have a community that will help you. And I can lead you back together. You and I can walk you back to the path that allows your brain to want to find your muscles again and allow you to move again. How does that make you feel? Because that's the truth. The fact that people are telling you that you can't get better, that this is your sentence, that this is your diagnosis, and that there's no hope is a straight up bold-faced lie. And they're not the liars. They just don't have all the information. And by you telling yourself every day that I can't exercise, this won't work for me, what if this doesn't work for me, this probably won't work for me, it works for them, but I'm not them, and I have this, and I have that, and I have this schedule, and I'm so busy, and I'm so alone, and I'm so this. All you're doing is just feeding to that lie bucket. So you either have the truth bucket or you have the lie bucket. And whatever you're pouring into that neural bucket is what your threat level is going to be. Lies, anxiety, worry, discouragement, fear, that all dumps in. Boom! Your threat bucket fills up. Optimism, effort, encouragement, support, love, power, belief, confidence, faith, all of discipline, support, all of that gently takes water out of your threat bucket so that you can live better. So I could go on for this. I love this word, the word courage. I love it because there's so many different types of courage. Everybody immediately thinks of the physical, but for you to emotionally win over a history, decades of being told that you can't, but then you adopt a mindset of I can, I will, and I won't stop until I get there, that's courage. By you battling past and kind of like living through, walking through struggle, walking through a body that doesn't work, walking through periods where you crushed it, where you're exercising, everything's working well, and then it just stops, but yet you keep going, that's courage. By you not giving up hope, by you believing in your own words and your own capability and your own power, your own sense of inner strength, your own sense of who you are, your own identity, by you believing in yourself more than what the world is telling you that your reality is, that's courage. And by you showing up every single day, refusing and rejecting the lies and the hurt and everything else that's happened to you in the past, and literally putting blinders on to the things on the left and the right of you and walking forward step by step, every step not knowing what's next, not knowing what path is next, not knowing what's coming up around the corner, but trusting me, trusting this MS Gym, trusting the other members of this community, and trusting yourself that you're on the right path, that is courage. So I commend you today for being a courageous, peaceful warrior. Having the courage to keep going in the face of fear, having the peace within yourself, knowing that today's not my ideal day, today's not ideally how I would feel. If I could snap my fingers right now and be gone with all these symptoms, I would. But guess what? This is my reality today, and I'm going to do the best freaking effort I possibly can today to move myself forward along this path toward my next victory. That's courage. And then by seriously, knowing, believing, and trusting that your brain can heal itself, that your body remembers how to do this, and that all this is right now is a choice, whether I accept the reality of my symptoms or whether I choose to believe and completely focus on the fact that these symptoms could be temporary. These symptoms could be conditional. These symptoms could be counteracted. And all I have to do is put in the time, the effort, and have the discipline to follow through every day to move myself toward a preferred future. A life by design and not a life by diagnosis. You guys can do this. I know you can do it. I'm watching MSers do it every single day. And we've had victory stories in the members corner, all the way from somebody being able to clip their fingernails today, all the way up to I just walked around all day. I went to a wedding. I went to a party. I went shopping. I came home. I played with my kids. And I didn't have to take a nap. All victories have equal power in this place. So all I need you to do, all I ask you to do, all I would ask you to ask of yourself is that you get up every day, you assess yourself, you know and reassure yourself that you are who you are. You tell yourself that you do love yourself and you deserve to heal, that you believe you can heal, and that you trust that you have the right plan and the people to help you heal, and that you get after your movement meds and your mindset training every single day, whether it's for 5 minutes or it's for 5 hours and 5 minutes. Just by you taking effort and putting in effort with full belief, full faith, full strength, full discipline, and full focus every single day, you are courageously walking toward a different future than that was determined by people who told you what your future was going to be like. You are the author of your life. You are the author of your future. You are the author of your family. You are the author of your memories. You are the author of your dreams. You are the author and the architect of your path. I'm just here to give you the tools. I'm just here to give you the bricks. I'm just here to say, hey, here these are. You lay them down how you want. You use these how you want. But we're doing this together. So I love you guys. I'm super honored that Missy and I get to celebrate our 7th year anniversary today. This is a season of completion. This is a season of celebration for us because of you and because of your efforts and because of everything that you're doing. So thank you for being, besides my little baby that's probably going to come here in the next week, we're having a new child. We're raising 2 young children, and then we've completely birthed and brought up you guys over the past 14 months. So we have multiple babies in our lives. And I thank you for being part of that. So I believe in you. I love you. I'm super hopeful for you. All the things that you need are here. All the people that you need are here. All the resources that you need are here. And you are here on purpose. And you are here for a purpose. And I just want you to know that. I want you to embrace that. I want you to marinate and reflect on that for the next couple days. And anything that comes into your mind, anything that comes into your path that does not reinforce that you are here on purpose and you are here for a purpose and that you deserve to heal needs to be pushed out of your way. It needs to be abandoned, rejected, dismissed, and taken out of your life. Because you deserve to focus on you. You deserve to heal. You deserve to have everything else moved out of your way so that you can have your life back. This is your body. This is your brain. This is your life. This is your body. This is your future. This is yours. And be okay with that. Receive that. It's your time to heal now. It's your time to rise up now. And it's your time to be part of something bigger that is going to not only serve you, but is going to serve a community that is desperately in need of hope. So I love you guys. Happy anniversary to you guys. Happy anniversary to my amazing wife again. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Let's go move. Let's take our movement meds. Let's do our mindset training. And let's heal together. I got your back because I know you got my back. Your moderator team's here. Your leadership team's here. And we will do whatever we need to help you get there. So you guys are awesome. Thank you for being my hero today.